Have you ever been laughed at by the people you trusted the most? Have you ever failed so many times that success felt impossible? This is the story of a boy who started with nothing, a boy who was overlooked, doubted, and rejected, yet transformed his life into a billion-dollar empire through the power of learning and persistence. He grew up poor, in a small home where every day was a battle for survival. His shoes had holes, his books were borrowed, and many nights he went to bed with an empty stomach. While other children played freely, he worked small jobs to buy school supplies or help his family put food on the table. As he grew older, he dreamed of building a better future, so he applied for countless jobs, writing applications and attending interviews with hope in his eyes, only to be turned down again and again. Sometimes there was no reply, sometimes the employers told him he wasn't qualified, and slowly those failures began to weigh on his spirit. His relatives whispered that he would never achieve anything. Neighbors doubted his worth. And the harshest blow came when his girlfriend, the one he thought would stay by his side forever, looked him in the eyes and said, "You don't have a future," before walking away. Imagine the pain of losing everything, even love, simply because the world saw no value in you. But destiny has its own way of unfolding. One lonely evening in his tiny rented room, he came across a video about cryptocurrency. At first, he thought it was just another scam, another false promise, like the many he had seen before, but something inside told him not to ignore it. Instead of rushing, he chose to learn. He studied day and night, diving deep into the fundamentals of blockchain technology, understanding decentralization, learning how to analyze projects, and carefully mastering the principles of risk management. He didn't gamble, he didn't chase hype. He built a strategy, and for the first time in his life, he applied discipline and patience with absolute focus. Slowly, his small investments began to grow. At first, the growth was tiny, almost invisible, but soon the curve turned sharp, and his wealth began to multiply. The boy who once couldn't afford a proper meal was now earning more in a week than many earned in a year. Over time, his persistence transformed him from a rejected job seeker into a disciplined investor, and eventually into a billionaire. Suddenly, everything changed. The same relatives who had mocked him now said they always knew he had potential. The neighbors who once ignored him now bragged about living near him. And the girlfriend who left him came back, regret in her eyes, admitting she had made a mistake. But he was no longer the same boy who sought validation from others. He had grown. He had built himself from nothing, and he no longer needed approval or revenge. Instead of wasting energy on proving people wrong, he chose silence and used his success to lift others up. He gave his parents the comfortable life they deserved, helped poor children who reminded him of his younger self, and used his resources not just to build wealth, but to spread wisdom. His journey teaches us that life will test you, people will doubt you, and sometimes love will even leave you. But if you are willing to learn, grow, and act with discipline, even the darkest nights can lead to the brightest mornings. So dream big, learn deeply, and act wisely, because sometimes the world laughs at you right before it claps for you.